What's happening with British police? They increasingly seem to exist just to punish law-abiding citizens and let criminals go free without even blowing their whistle. There was no better example this week when a man got his wanger out on London's public transport system. Here he is. It's tastefully blurred like the finest Japanese one-handed workout videos, but even with the blur, you can see that he's endowed to the point if I drew a picture of this guy, I'd be arrested for perpetuating racial stereotypes. Some blokes came up to him to tell him to pull his trousers up because there are women and children around, and frankly the kids get enough exposure to male glands from the drag queens at school. From the video it looks like the man didn't respond well to this, so they robustly subdue him and bundle him off the train at the next stop. Seems like a sensible way to deal with it, to be honest, but how did the authorities respond? Are these men getting medals? Maybe some money for doing important community policing that the police don't have resources for? No, the men who stepped in to deal with this guy are under investigation themselves for assault. As the left-wing press put it, half-naked man in mental health crisis beaten by London Underground passengers. Oh, the poor mental health crisis man. He was just having an innocent mental health crisis, and then horrible Brits brutally attacked him for no reason other than they're racist and they're horrible and they hate mental health, so now they have to be arrested and go to jail. The next time there's some horrific sexual assault in public in London and people ask, but why did nobody step in to stop the violent sexual assault? Well, this is why. This is a situation that could very well have led to a situation like that. I mean, it's already so extreme that I can't really show the full video on here because it would breach YouTube guidelines. And of course, lefty Brits who've been indoctrinated to believe that diversity is our greatest strength can't accept the evidence of their own eyes by watching the video. They flat out deny that this man was doing anything wrong, with millions of comments on social media saying things like, ooh, he wasn't committing sexual assault, he was just standing with his pants down. And another they-them says, he wasn't violently sexually assaulting anyone. From the footage, it's clear he's not mentally well. It's amazing that all these communists are unemployed considering they can conduct a full psychiatric evaluation of someone via a video on Twitter where their cock is blurred. The irony is that while that poor innocent mental health sufferer is exposing his tube on the tube, you know there's a sign above him saying, if you look at a woman or you want to chat her up or think about tits in any way, shape or form, you're a disgusting subhuman criminal and we'll lock you up forever. And of course, in all the adverts about sexual harassment on the tube, it's white guys harassing brown women. And they've got an advert on the tube saying, are you being sexually harassed? Why don't you distract your attacker with a question? I've got a good question. Why isn't it okay to bundle them to the floor and then chuck them off the tube? Literally the same time that the police are going after these guys for doing the police's job for them, they're putting out an advert about joggers getting catcalled.
These women aren't friends out for a run, they're actually undercover police officers taking to the streets in Surrey as part of a new operation trying to stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
We get honked at, the staring, the hanging out of the window just to look at us, and it's so prevalent.
And police teams are ready to intervene the moment the officers are beeped at, followed or shouted at, pulling people over.
Those kind of behaviours may not be criminal offences in themselves, but they still need to be addressed. And of course, the people that are likely to commit those kind of behaviours, you know, they may then go on to commit more serious offences or more serious behaviours.
Now listen, I don't think women should be catcalled, but two things. Number one, they're wearing yoga pants, the devil's trousers, giving any man a bas relief of their intimate nethers. Look, I enjoy it, but I'm just saying, it feels a bit like entrapment. And number two, there's already enough actual crime happening that the police don't turn up to. Why are they trying to engineer crimes to deal with? Go and deal with the real crimes first, and then you can make up these new crimes by having decoy joggers to get shouted at. And number three, the police guy says it's not criminal.
Those kind of behaviours may not be criminal offences in themselves.
So why are the police getting involved if it's not criminal? And why are people who get their cock out on the tube innocent mental health victims, but people who catcall aren't? Okay, that was a bit more than two things. Funny story, back when I worked in criminal intelligence, we ran an operation in Seven Sisters in Haringey in London to stop curb crawlers and catch guys. So we had decoy prostitutes, sort of like these joggers, but standing out there pretending to be street hawking prostitutes. And so there's an advert went out on the internal police system, you know, asking for women to be the decoys, police officers to be the decoys. And you sort of expect that the women are going to understand that you got to, you know, be you've got to feasibly be somebody who could be a street prostitute. And one of the women who applied Yeah, it totally was. Another woman who turned up, man, she was like 55. She was wearing a barber jacket. She might have had wellies on. You know what I mean? I've never seen, not that I'll go looking for street prostitutes, but I've never seen one looking like that. Anyway, so we're sitting around in the cars and stuff, and, you know, because of the risk to life, because somebody could drag one of the decoys into a car, there were so many vans and police cars sitting around, and cameras and all the rest of it. And this woman is out there on the street, and I'm not joking, for like an hour, and nobody's stopping. Like, cars are slowing down, because this is the street where you get the prostitutes. Cars are slowing down and then speeding off when they get a look at her. It's got to be brutal for her self-esteem. And then, like, after an hour, we switched the women round, and within like 10 seconds, somebody had stopped. But the police now seem to be directed to deal with people with opinions that politicians don't like, such as when the army veteran Jamie Michael was arrested on the orders of a Labour politician, or when journalist Alison Pearson had a police visit over a tweet. My main criticism of the police is that they go along with it, which I find weird, because I can imagine most people didn't join the police to do opinion enforcement. They want to catch bad guys, jump over car bonnets, and help good, honest Brits. Well, some police still do. A policeman was caught on a Ring doorbell this week delivering a leaflet ahead of a planned anti-immigration demonstration.
Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah, what's up?
Absolutely nothing, so don't panic. It's just a very quick one. I appreciate you're at work, but Warwickshire have asked me to come round and just basically, it's a load of bollocks, mate, but it's about this protest tomorrow in Warwickshire.
Yeah.
And just saying, obviously, that they're aware that you might be wanting to attend that planned protest, and obviously that's absolutely fine. You've got a freedom of speech, and that's no issues at all. And all they've asked me to do, mate, it sounds daft, so I apologise, and it's really woeful. It's not something I agree with, but I've been asked to do it. It's just to drop a leaflet about being involved in a protest. Actually, it sounds bad, but it is what it is.
Do me a favour. Take it back to them and
Yes,
write
mate.
back on it to them. Say, we will no longer be silenced, and to fuck himself. From me, with love. Cheers. Thanks very much.
With love.
Yeah, with love. Yeah.
Cheers,
Because
dude.
the silent majority of Britain will no longer stay silent. Tell them that. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Look, he knows that what he's been asked to do is stupid. He should be catching criminals instead of giving stern warnings to people about their legal right to protest, which isn't even a criminal matter. And of course, for being this sensible and this candid, he's now being investigated by the police and could lose his job. This really annoys me, because he did his job. He delivered the leaflet to the guy, even though he knew it's silly, and he spoke to the guy in a reasonable manner. The police in Britain are supposed to work with the community, and this police officer is. But he could lose his job now. This is anarcho-tyranny. Anarcho-tyranny is a term coined in the early 1990s by the American paleo-conservative columnist and political theorist Samuel T. Francis. He used it to describe a paradox in modern governance where the state refuses to enforce laws that protect its citizens from serious threats, such as violent crime or riots or illegal immigration, which we can all see getting out of control when it suits the politicians, so that's the anarchy side of it, while the police also zealously enforce petty regulations, tax codes and bureaucratic rules on ordinary law-abiding people. So that's the tyranny when they clamp down on free speech and legal protest. Francis argued that this selective enforcement was not accidental, but a feature of a political system that had lost interest in maintaining traditional order, instead focusing on controlling the compliant population while tolerating or excusing disorder from others. I mean, the trouble with this is that the state is losing legitimacy in the eyes of the British people. Our policing has always been with the consent of the community, with the government doing everything it can to fragment communities and repress native Brits. It won't be long until the people fight back. Anyway, thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe and share this video with your local police commander. And if you want to support me making these videos, you can sign up to my Patreon and get exclusive content and join a community of the only sane people left in the West. Okay, thanks for listening. I've been Leo Kears. Bye. Bye-bye.